Hello, friends, and welcome. My name is Robyn, and I will be your guide for today's 20-minute flow. So, today's flow is a bit more of an intermediate style. So, lots of standing poses, forward folds, downward dogs. If you're new to yoga, this may be a bit of a challenge for you, but I encourage you to roll out your mat and try anyways. I will be providing progressions and regressions when needed. And we'll get started seated on our mat, cross-legged today. So we can go ahead and roll the shoulders down and back. Take a few breaths here to settle in. Exhaling to pull the shoulders down and back. You can bring the palms to the knees, or maybe you face them down, whichever you're feeling ready for today. And we'll take a few rolls forward here, just switching directions if you haven't already. And then we'll meet in a neutral position, so relaxing the shoulders. And we'll take a few gentle twists, taking our right hand just outside the left knee. Let's pull the left shoulder down and back as we twist through the spine. Look over the left shoulder. And we'll come through to center, switching sides. Left hand comes just outside the right knee. We pull the shoulders down and back, draw the belly button down and in towards the spine. As we glance over this right shoulder, keep the chest lifted, eyes lifted, and back through to center. Let's take one more on each side. Right hand comes outside the left knee again. We see if we can deepen our twist a little bit. Twist out as you exhale. And one more time to the right. Left hand comes over the right knee. Both shoulders pulled down and back. And back through to center. We'll come forward onto our hands and knees. So let's place hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips. We come into our tabletop. And as we move through our flow, I encourage you to try and move with your breath as much as possible. We will be heating things up a little bit from here, but we'll take a few cat-cow from here. So let's inhale to round the back, tuck the chin to the chest, tuck the belly button in. We tuck the tailbone under. And exhale for your cow. Let it all go. Look towards the ceiling. Arch the hips. And take a few more of these at your pace. Stretch out through the shoulders, through the hips, through the spine. A great full body movement here. Take a moment to check in with yourself. See where it feels a little bit tight as you move through your cat-cow. Where it may need a little extra attention as you move through your flow. Let's take one more together here. And we'll meet back in a neutral position after your last one. Back nice and flat like you could balance a glass of water on your back. Shoulders pulled from the ears. We'll take a balancing table, or you may know this as bird dog. So we'll lift right hand, left knee off the ground. Extend both limbs long as you draw the belly button in towards the spine, almost like you're rounding the back a little bit. And as we exhale, we'll see if we can touch our right elbow to the left knee. If we don't actually make that connection, that's okay. They're just going in that direction. We inhale again, come nice and long. Exhale, we bring it in close, little touch if we can. And one more time, we'll extend long. Exhale, bring it in, we round through the spine. And we place both limbs back down to the ground. We switch sides. So let's balance our weight on the opposite side. Draw the belly button in. We lift the left hand, right knee off the ground, extending long. Exhale, tuck it in. Little tap if you can. You can round the spine to get there. Inhale, bring it long. Exhale, tuck it in. Try to stay with the breath here. Last one, bring it long. Exhale, tuck it in, belly button coming into spine. And place hand and knee back down, getting ready to tuck our toes, push back to our first downward dog. So we press the chest towards the thighs, lift the hips towards the ceiling. Press the heels towards the ground. If they don't touch the ground, that's okay. You should feel a stretch in the calves. Plug the shoulders down and in. Next, exhale. See if you can press the chest towards the thighs a bit closer. Good. And using our next breath, we inhale, lift the right leg off the floor. Big breath in for your 3-leg dog. Exhale, come forward, tuck it into the chest. Inhale back through to center, extend the leg long. From here, we're going to tuck our right heel towards our right glute. Open up into your wild thing, or you're welcome to just open up through the hip, bring the knee towards the ceiling, keep both hands on the ground. Or if it's comfortable for you, we'll lift our right hand off the ground, right foot comes to the ground. We press the hips towards the ceiling. Let the head hang heavy. Right arm is relaxed. And come back through to center. We'll come all the way back into our 3-leg dog. Right leg comes back through to the ceiling. Exhale, tuck it through between the hands. We step through, coming into our high lunge or crescent lunge. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, sink low into the front leg. Try to keep your knee stacked over your ankle here. Hips tucked under, so we're stacked with the ribs and chest. Arms nice and long. Once again, we inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink low. And we'll bring both hands back down to the mat. Take a moment to adjust the back foot here, coming into our pyramid. So we'll bring our foot to a 45-degree angle. We straighten the right leg. Inhale, take a halfway lift, look forward through the top of the mat. And exhale, drop the head, let the head hang heavy. You should feel a stretch through the right hamstring here. One more breath here. And we'll keep our hands framing this right foot. Take a moment to adjust the back foot to your runner's lunge position. Sink low into the front thigh just for a moment. Let's take our right hand off the ground. We open up for a nice big twist. Look up to the right fingertips. And right hand comes back down to the mat. Push back to your downward dog. Right foot meets the left. Chest towards the thighs as you take a nice big exhale. And we inhale, left leg reaches up to the ceiling this time. Exhale, come forward to your high plank, left knee to the chest. Inhale back through to center, extend the leg long. From here, we're moving into our hip opener. So we either bring the left knee towards the ceiling, both hands stay on the mat, or we come over into our wild thing. Left foot comes to the ground. Left arm reaches back over the head. Let the head hang heavy here. Press the hips towards the ceiling. And we wind it back through to center. Left leg comes all the way back up to your 3-leg dog. And exhale, bring it through to center. Step through between the hands. Bring the belly button into the spine as we lift all the way up for our crescent lunge. Sink low into the left thigh this time. Try to keep the chest, ribs, and hips stacked on top of each other. Ankle and knee stacked on top of each other. can engage the glutes here for stability. Keep a little bend in this right knee. One more breath here. We reach up for the ceiling. Exhale, sink it low. And both hands come back down to the mat. Take a moment to adjust the back foot, come into your pyramid. So back foot is at a 45-degree angle. We straighten our left leg this time. Inhale, press forward for your halfway lift, looking over the top of the mat. Exhale, let it go. Let the head hang heavy. Let the chest fall over the left thigh. And staying with our breath. Want to feel like you're in a place that you can maintain the breath rather than holding or forcing the stretch. If you feel like doing that, just pull back a little bit. One more breath. And let's keep our hands framing the left foot. This time we'll adjust our back foot to a runner's lunge position. So coming to the toes, sink low into the front leg. See if you could straighten the right leg out. And from here, we'll keep our right hand planted, open up with the left hand this time. Look up to the ceiling. And left hand comes back down. Push back to your downward dog. Left foot meets the right this time. We'll take a little flow, a little vinyasa. You're welcome to stay in downward dog if you'd prefer, or we'll come forward to our plank, shoulders over the wrists. You're welcome to modify by placing the knees on the floor here, where you can keep the knees lifted as we inhale. Drop the chest halfway down, elbows in tight. And come forward for your cobra or upward dog. So if you were in modify, the hips will be on the floor. If you're in upward dog, everything but the tops of the feet are lifted. And we'll come back to our downward dog, hips to the ceiling, chest to the thighs. Take a breath, exhale. Go a bit further. And we'll inhale, right leg up. 3-leg dog. Exhale, step it through between the hands this time, coming up into our warrior 2. So our back foot will be parallel to the back edge of the mat. Front foot stays as is. We windmill the hands up and sink low into the front leg. Arms reaching horizontally here. We reach for the top of the mat. You may feel like leaning forward, so we'll try to pull the chest back, still keeping our stack on top of the hips. See if you can open it up towards the left side of your mat here with the hips. Big breath in here. Exhale, sink a bit further. Front foot stays flat on the ground. And we reverse our warrior. Left hand comes down the left leg, or you can reach it behind the low back. Right arm over the right ear. And come back forward. We're going to go ahead and straighten our right leg, moving into our Trikonasana, triangle pose. Left hip pushes towards the back of the mat. Reach the right fingertips towards the top of the mat. Few different options from here. We can take our right hand to the right shin. We can place a block on the floor behind the right shin, place the fingertips there, or we can come all the way to the ground, but we don't want to collapse or sink. We want to use our core to maintain the hold. Just let the fingertips rest on the ground. Left fingertips reach to the ceiling. See if you can look that way. Pull the shoulders down and back. 2 more breaths here. Then 1 more breath. We're going to pull all the way back up into our reverse warrior. So we sink low into our warrior 2. Left hand then behind the back or down the thigh. Right arm back and over our head. Beautiful. Come back through to center. Warrior two. Let's come all the way back to the top of the mat. Frame the foot. Bring the left toes back in. And we'll push back to our downward dog. Right foot meets the left. Press the hips to the ceiling. Take a breath here if you felt like you were holding. We reset and move to our other side. Inhale, left leg to the ceiling. Exhale, step it through between the hands, getting ready for our warrior two. Back foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. We sink low into the front thigh, windmill the hands up, and reach for the top of the mat. See if you can keep the gaze over the left fingertips. Pull the chest back if you felt like you were leaning forward. One more breath here. And move into your reverse warrior. Your variation of choice. Bring the right hand down the thigh or behind the back. Left arm up and over. And back through to center. We move into our Trikonasana on the opposite side. So right hip is moving towards the back edge of the mat this time. We're moving our left fingertips to the top of the mat. And when you're ready, we'll reach down for either the left shin, block, or floor. Right hand up to the ceiling. See if you can glance up to the fingertips. Stay with the breath. Keep some weight in the back edge of the right foot. One more breath here. And then we'll get ready to lift all the way back up into our reverse warrior. Left leg bends, right hand behind the back or down the thigh. Left arm reaches back. Beautiful. And coming back to our warrior two, just for a breath. And then we'll sink down to our mat. Both hands frame the left foot. We'll turn the right toes. And when you're ready, we'll push back to our downward dog. Left foot meets the right. You're welcome to stay here, or we'll take another flow vinyasa. We'll come forward, shoulders over the wrists. You're welcome to modify, knees on the floor. You may drop down, elbows in, and come through upward dog or cobra. And back up for your downward dog. From here, we'll come down to our child's pose. So we'll come with the knees to the floor. We can bring the big toes together, and let's bring the knees apart if that's comfortable for you. If that's a bit too much for the knees, you can keep them close together. We'll get a bit deeper of a stretch for our hips when we bring the knees apart. And we'll walk the hands to the top of the mat. Keep the bum on the heels for as long as you can. If it lifts a little bit, that's okay. Keep some force through the hands. Plug the shoulders in. Forehead comes all the way down to the mat. One more breath here. And you can walk the hands all the way up. Coming into a cross-legged position once again. Same as we started. Maybe you cross the feet the opposite way this time. So if you had the right leg over the left, this time you can put the left leg over the right. Sit the way that feels a little bit weird. And we'll just take a gentle forward fold to finish up here. So when you're ready, we'll take the hands out in front of the shin and walk the fingertips forward, similar to what we just did in our child's pose. Relax the head. Let the head hang heavy once you find a place that you feel the stretch. Should be feeling this through the lower back, maybe through the glutes and the hips if that's a tight area for yourself. And we'll walk the hands over to the left. See if you can bring the chest over the left thigh. Maybe you relax the forehead over the left knee or just let the head hang heavy. And we'll come over to the right side, walking the fingertips across. Trying to bring the chest and torso parallel with the right thigh. And we fold. Maybe you rest the head or just let it hang heavy if you're not quite there yet. And let's bring it back through to center. And then we'll come all the way back up, rolling up slowly, bringing the head up last. And we'll take a moment to catch the breath, see how the body's feeling now. I hope you're feeling much better than when you started, a little bit looser. And you're welcome to stay on your mat for a few more moments. I hope you enjoyed today's flow. Please feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you thought, and looking forward to seeing you in the next one. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.